Under pixel skies, rubber burns where the brave survive. Tuesday night, the trucks get wild. Speedy trophy, we live that style. From rookies rising to the kings on top. We grind, we crash, but we never stop. Shops where legends are made. Under neon lights, we hit replay. Every lap's another chance to fight. Every wreck's just fuel for the fire inside. Welcome to the Chop Shop, metal and pride. We're burning down the track, can't kill our drive. Friday's flame, Saturday's fly. Cup and Xfinity, we ride or die. We're breaking limits, hearts and lives. It's all or nothing in the Chop Shop. Cloud lights flicker on the virtual stands. Wheels shaking, calloused hands. Friday nights, the Cup boys brawl. Rubbing paint, we risk it all. Saturday hits, Xfinity reigns. The next gen's coming to stake their claim. We've seen them grow, we've seen them fall. But every scar's a story told in asphalt. You can't fake grit, you can't buy fame. Only earn it by driving through the flames. Welcome to the Chop Shop, metal and pride. We're burning down the track, can't kill our drive. Friday's flame, Saturday's fly. Cup and Xfinity, we ride or die. We're breaking limits, hearts and lives. It's all or nothing in the Chop Shop. When the Chop Shop. Crank it up, let the tires scream. This ain't a game, it's a driver's dream. From dirt to Daytona, from racks to redemption, we're cutting steel, built from tension. Chop Shop, Chop Shop. We live, we race, we never stop. Welcome to the Chop Shop, where fire meets chrome. We build our name in the danger zone. Truck, Cup and Xfinity nights. We race for glory, we race for life. We're breaking skies. Rubber burns where the brave survive. Tuesday night, the trucks get wild. Speedy trophy, we live that style. From rookies rising to the kings on top. We grind, we crash, but we never stop. Chop shops where legends are made. Under neon lights, we hit replay. Every lap's another chance to fight. Every wreck's just fuel for the fire inside. Welcome to the chop shop. Metal and pride, we're burning down the track, can't kill our drive. Fridays flames, Saturdays fly. Coming Xfinity, we ride or die. We're breaking limits, hearts and lives. It's all or nothing in the chop shop. Cloud lights flicker on the virtual stands. Wheels shaking, calloused hands. Friday nights, the cup boys brawl. Rubbing paint, we risk it all. Saturday hits, Xfinity reigns. The next gen's coming to stake their claim. We've seen them grow, we've seen them fall. But every scar's a story told in asphalt. You can't fake grit, you can't buy fame. Only earn it by driving through the flames. Welcome to the chop shop. Metal and pride, we're burning down the track, can't kill our drive. Fridays flame, Saturdays fly. Cup in Xfinity, we ride or die. We're breaking limits, hearts and lives. It's all or nothing in the chop shop. When the chop shop. Crank it up, let the tires scream. This ain't a game, it's a driver's dream. From dirt to Daytona, from wrecks to redemption, we're cutting steel, built from tension. Chop shop, chop shop. We live, we race, we never stop. Welcome to the chop shop, where fire meets chrome. We build our name in the danger zone. Truck Cup and Xfinity nights. We race for glory, we race for life. We're breaking limits, hearts and locks. It's all or nothing in the chop shop. In the chop shop. Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, we chop it up, we race, we slay. Chop shot, chop it up, never stop.
Well, normally we would be live and buttons would be working, but today the buttons are not working. So it is what it is. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. I hope you're having a good night. It is an absolute pleasure to see you here. It is the way life kind of throws us a little loop or 10. You know what I mean? That is what it is. 146 laps tonight. Stage lap completion, lap 45. 4 sets of tires, 1 fast repair. 81 degrees on the air temperature, 79 degrees on the track temperature, 41% humidity, clear skies, 3-mile-an-hour wind. You know, I might as well have some issues if I'm going to do it. Mr. Van Ness, thank you for the like, sir. Let's talk about your starting grid. We'll talk about what I was saying with pre-race. Chris Justice is going to be your pole sitter. Anthony Cronover, your outside pole sitter. Your pole sitter brought to you by Stay Tuned Sports. Check them out on all the podcasting platforms and everything that they've got going on. I love what Jimbo and all them have. Abby, I tell you what, they've been doing a fantastic job. My Rams lost last night, but you know what? They did a great job covering that, and we appreciate them very much. Good to see you all out there. I hope you're all having a wonderful night. I really do. Let's take a look down the line. It's going to be Michael Madden. It's going to be Derek Wegman. We're going to see Brian Rayburn, Mark Wretched there, row number 3. Pat Green, Brian Fine, row number 4. Michael Caffrey, John Havner, row number 5. Jason Day, Tony Sanders there, row number 6. Row 7, Clint Hackett, Brock Duty, Brandon Banks, Michael Strickland there, row 8. Row 9 is going to be David Steiner, Cam Dario. Then we're going to see Philip Caffrey and Craig Bridge Jr. In row 10. Mr. Church, Mr. Laraway is going to be out there with Mr. Bigart and Mr. Jerry Culver through row 12. Row 13, Mike Mueller, Mr. Ron Hollyfield. That is going to be your starting grid tonight. Baji, you probably sent me messages. Thank you. Yeah, it wasn't muted. It was the Stream Deck didn't pick up the mic. I went back and tried to fix this today, and well, it's just you know these things happen. They happen. They do. It's it happens. It happens. Let me change the stage laps in here so that way we get this right. Things didn't work according to plan. You know, it's always something. It's got to be something. Wherever you're watching from, make sure that you reach up, hit that like button. It's Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. I appreciate you all, but being out there. Old Atlanta used to be your classic mile and a half cookie cutter, worn out, slick bottom feeding line, and it's all about kind of saving that right rear and managing the long green run. But now, Echo Park is a 1.5 mile mini super speedway. You get high banking, narrow straightaways, and this Cup car, the Cup cars get kind of glued together in the draft. And it races more like Daytona, but kind of really, really small. It's kind of shrunk down. And I tell you what, you're kind of wide open a lot longer than you think. But you're going to live and die by the run of the pack. And one bad push in the quad can send 3 lanes just scattering. Last week at Pocono, the story was rhythm and precision. 3 totally different corners, mapping brake bias and living on that fine line between tight and free off. Tonight, the chessboard flips. It's all about the lane choice, side drafts, timing your moves, and surviving the chaos when the place turns into a bowl of angry bees off turn 4. Pretty much. If Pocono punish solo mistakes, Echo is going to punish bad decisions in traffic. And that is pretty much how you're going to plan the race line tonight, and you're going to have to plan yourself because that one fast repair, it's going to come into play. Nathan Bigart and Pocono last week misqualifying, dodged the early chaos, and then absolutely owned the long green flag run. Green flag pit cycles, money stop, and he checked out for win number 9 on the season. Brandon Banks rolled the dice on 2 tires, came out of the pits, breathing down his neck, and still brought it home P2. Behind them, the real show, though, last week was Mr. Michael Caffrey and Pat Green and Anthony Crowner. They were trading haymakers and side drafts for the entire final stint. Caffrey bent and never broke and hung on for that podium. Let's see how that works tonight as we get ready. We're green. Let's go. Welcome in, Ryan. Go RB for Mr. Van Nest. Prayers to the Duffel family and the others. Absolutely. The Biff will be missed. right, Chris Justice rolling 16 on the inside. Michael Matta working the old 3M paint scheme. How about Anthony Crowder on the outside? Inside lane is very dominant on this racetrack, and with the aero package of this Cup car, it's massive to look at. And right now, a little bit of side draft. Crownover leads just a touch on the outside lane, and we'll see if they get a little bit of separation. The more separation you get, the more inept it's going to be for a driver to try to hold on. The cars overheat. RB Turner, the champ. You're not wrong. RB Turner did get the champ. Nitrous Dude, what did you get him? He just got the perfect shopping. The perfect shopping. Little extra shopping. Brian Fine right behind the 27. We'll see if the 14 can hold on. Matta's going to be right behind him. John Hammond working up through the field. Got a little different paint. I was a little confused earlier. His paint's different. He is right there on the back bumper of Brian Fine. And Hammond to the bottom. John's going to make this one work. Ryan says Jason Day's got us in the back. We'll see. Jason Day and super speedways. Yeah, they don't really work with him. He has a tendency to get in a lot of trouble. So hopefully he can just stay clean. Speaking of drivers that need to stay clean. Flip side of last week, points leader Michael Strickland had the kind of Pocono you circle in red. Early damage, meatball, the engine finally gives up. He limps it all the way home down the order. Not tonight, the 88 is used to having, and it cracked that championship door kind of wide open. Strickland leads, still sits on top of the standings. We'll take a look at that while the drivers are still working. Strickland still leads on top of the standings, 694 points, 2 wins. But a mountain of top 5s and top 10s, and that trademark consistency is what's kept in control most of the year. But Big Art has muscled his way to second, 669, just 25 back after the Pocono win. 9 wins and a stack of stage wins. The best average driver rating in the field. And when the 01 shows up with a long run speed, I call him the Hammer. He just doesn't. Speaking of which, where's he at? He's in 14th already, up 9 spots. Chris Justice is sitting third on 594 points, quietly stacking up top 10s and podiums. He's still chasing that signature win to match the pace he has shown. Brandon Banks and Brian Fine round out the top 5. Both of them did exactly what they needed to do at Pocono. They both led laps. They say right now Churchy just ahead of Nathan Bigard. John Hammond, the race leader, up on the outside lane, pulls the 27 side by side and a 1 and 2 down to the back straightaway. It's going to be fast laps, average lap time about 29. 29.9 for a lot of the fast laps, 30.3 right now in the draft as the 5.5 drops down. Gonna let the 27 breathe. You kind of almost have to do that. Now the 5.5 might actually utilize the natural race line here. 27 is going to be pushed by the 5.7, but I tell you what, John Hammond's going to be able to be good here. RB Turner did win the Sim 500. Run over to the 5.5. Jason Day back in the 9th spot. Cam Dario up 12 already. 22 working to the outside. Fords do well at the draft tracks. Crown over, trying to work, and I tell you what, Hammond trying to work all the way up, down in. Gonna have to pull the 14. Hammond changing lanes, trying to control the race line here. Gonna pull the 14, 27, having to back up the 5.7. This is a big checkup. Pat Green on the inside, up 4. Green, massive day, massive opportunity. On a driver you want to see work, now they're working. 15 laps complete, 31 to go in the stage this next time by. Mike Bueller coming to pit road. Got himself a little bit going on there. Stryker coming around is right behind Rayburn. Mark Retchin ahead in the pack as the 33 and the 5 of Church. Jeff Laraway, Philip Caffrey. We'll see Tony Sanders right behind the 77 here. I was seeing Nathan Bigart right there with Church, but I think Church is trying to save the car here. 21 seconds the gap. Lead pack all the way back to Brock Duty. That is through 12th. Bigart trying to lead that second pack around. Got about 5 drivers trying to work together. Tony Sanders right there in the mix. Sanders on the 21 right behind the 77. This is a track at Mueller having to jump to pit road. Something happened there with a black flag there. I don't know what happened. Let's see. He left pit lane. And I think maybe the bumps at Atlanta got him. I'm not quite sure. He had to stop. Yeah, I don't know. 5-5 to the 14. 5-5 pulls the 5-7. 90 to 16. 90 gets squirreled up by the 16. What a save by Pat Green. Through the grass he went. Pat Green. Ooh, trying to hold on to the car. Let's see if he can get it backed up here. Turn it back down. Try to miss pit road. But it's Philip Caffrey in 17th. Let's see what happened. Pat Green right here. Pat Green got bumped. It's what you call eating the run right here. 16 of Michael Matta. Well, yeah, Pat Green's free. And then just a little bumper right there from the 16. And Pat Green was really free right there. There's a lot of throttle issue going on. Let's kind of see. Out of the throttle. Something happened. Getting tight. Maybe losing force feedback. I don't know. That thing started to search on him. Yeah. Well, he's rolling. Try and find the race leader. John Hammond. We'll see Chris Justice there as well. Chris Justice on the inside. (27) to the 5-5. 5-7-14. Crown over. Chasing as well. So is the 5-5. He is chasing. They're chasing wins here. Good points tonight would be good. Brandon Banks on the bottom side. Searching as Matta goes up on the outside lane. Trying to pull some drivers. 27. Oh, willing to work where he needs to. 24 laps to go to the stage. A full course caution for the stage. As we'll see Rayburn go a lap down. Stryker back here in the mix as well. Both drivers will be looking for free passes. There's Mueller. He's able to get back out there 6 laps down right now. Danger going 7 laps down. It's the 5-7 to the 27. I'm going to work. NASCAR lost a legend just a day ago. And no matter who you are, no matter what you are in the motorsports era, Greg Biffle, a deserving driver, a great humanitarian, and just an amazing human being. So, Greg Biffle, his career, 56 total wins across all 3 national series. He won a Truck Series championship in 2000, the Xfinity championship in 2002, and then became a prominent Cup Series driver for Roush Fenway Racing, earning 19 Cup wins, including a runner-up finish in the 2005 championship, being named one of NASCAR's 75 greatest drivers before his tragic passing just yesterday on the 18th of December. And Cletus McFarland broke that news. We shared it out, and I hate sharing that kind of news. We absolutely will miss Greg Biffle, the humanitarian that he is. Yeah, and he drove the number 16 for many years, and so it's good to see Matta paying homage to Greg Biffle with that 3 in paint scheme he's got going on. He was known as a fierce competitor, delivered consistency, earning the respect as a solid, dependable, fast driver. His career showcased the rare achievement of winning championships in the Spots Top 3 series. And just a huge huge, huge, huge person. So, the love and respect going out to the Biffle family. I know that he lost his wife and his 2 children all at the same time. That is a huge, devastating loss to not only the NASCAR community, but also to the world in general. People taken too soon, and we hate seeing that. So, Greg Biffle, wherever you're watching down on the Racing Gods, we appreciate you. We love you. We thank you very much for being who you were. And all the accomplishments, not only that you had in NASCAR, but also the accomplishments that you've had as a humanitarian across the world. Let's check it on our driver cams here as the F-Cancer Sim Racing driver cams goes to the man right there. That is Clint Hackett. Gary Culver dropping hard here down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Clint Hackett right here in the middle of the mix inside that top 10. The 90 right, and the 90's a lap down after that spin. I think Jerry's got a meatball flag right now. But Clint Hackett, both points of views as we take a look. Chris Justice, who's a pole sitter, still trying to work that outside lane. Be side by side with Jason Day there, looking 3 wide on John Hammond. 17 laps to go. Again, green flag racing is massive. Again, that fast repair coming in handy. You don't want to use it too soon. Whoa, John Hammond. Oh! Right on board with Chris Justice. It's John Hammond right in the mix. We'll have to take a look at what happened to John Hammond there. He got, that was freed up like crazy. Let's take a look. This was right here, and I think this is just dirty air right side tire. Yeah, just, I don't know what it was. If that was netcode, that'd have been, that was massive. The driver that was looking for a free pass there, Pat Green, was caught up in it as well. So Stryker's going to be ahead of him. He got some right side. He had to come to pit road and get it fixed. First caution of the race happening here. Let's hope the clips are working. Let me look, Budgie. I'm looking. Hey, the clips are working. And they're labeled. Nice. 27-16. I think, is it Stryker or Rayburn is going to be the lucky dog? Rayburn is going to be the lucky dog at the bottom side of the racetrack. Now, drivers, whenever they come to pit road, they've got to enter pit road from the bottom side of the racetrack. That is on the back straightaway in turn 3. They can be up to speed, but they have to commit before the commitment line. We'll take a look at that here in just a moment. Because that camera, that's, well, that's, you know, that's the man. So if we watch on board, that's 27 right there. You're going to see a red marker on the right side. That's going to let you know that pit road's going to be coming. I know it's an advertisement. It's more paint. But right here on the left-hand side, you'll see the commitment line. You have to commit to pit road there on green flag pit stops. Travel the bottom side of the racetrack, come all the way around, and then you'll put yourself in contention. So you'll see you have to stay below and in that dotted line area or that hash mark area down on the bottom. And then you'll commit to pit lane. And then you'll come down pit lane and you'll make your pit stop and you can exit out of 1 and 2 onto the back straightaway. Similar to what you kind of see at closed Bristol. Kind of crazy, right? Interesting to see. It's a different kind of change. It's not a bad change. That's the way I see it. What I want to see is one of the things I want to see tonight is if Stryker can bounce back from Pocono. I remind everybody why he's been fighting for the points. Does Nathan keep the hammer down and turn Atlanta into a chapter in his win column, or does the pack racing bite him in the tuchus? Do Caffrey, Pat Green, and Crown over bring the Pocono Aggression into a draft track and turn it into a podium instead of just kind of the highlight reel that we did last week with it? And what about the grinders? Justice, Banks, Fine, Day, Sanders, who can keep cashing in top tens? You know, on a night like this, one clean trip through the big one might be the difference between a good points night and kind of a season-defining disaster. Echo Park is about racing tight. Sometimes you'll see two. Sometimes, most of the time, you'll see two wide, but sometimes you'll see three wide in the corners, and there are giant runs off on the outside lane. It's just about commitment. We might see desperate blocks at the end of the race, but for the most part, we've seen drivers trying to control the race line. Leader chooses the lane. Get the 27 to the 16 on the front row. 5-7 to the 8, 22-5-2. Stage points up for grabs. We're going. We're green. Big Bron with a 5-7. 2-7 bottom. 5-7 second. 13 laps to go. Where's Penguin? 5-7 all over the booty of the 2-7. Who's going to have the makings of racing? 2-7 bottom, the left side's on the bottom of the race line, helping the corner turn. There's more grip on that painted line than anywhere else on the racetrack. And if you can keep your left sides on it, you're going to be able to be just fine. 16 slides into the 5-7. But you don't want to over throttle. Crown over. Only in control of his own race here as the 5-7 to 16 get close. 22 there. Stack up right there, middle of the race line here. As Brennan Banks needing somebody to step on the gas. That would be Jason Day right behind him. There's a 3 of Craig Bridge Jr. on the bottom side. 18.05 on the iRating for the driver. Trying to slide in here. Big side draft from the 8-3. Having to back out of the throttle. See how he's getting tight, pushing up the racetrack. That's what we've seen all race long and all week long in the iRacing platform. This is the official track of the week on iRacing. So a chance for these drivers to have gotten out there and practice. This is why we're probably seeing the cleanest racing we've seen. Chris Justice on the inside sees the 01 up. Oh, the 01 down into Caffrey. No caution. Big Art John Hammond wrapped up again. Oh, he looked close to being wrapped up there. Philip Caffrey coming in. Got some left front damage. John Hammond wrapping around. Left side, left front damage. 9 laps to go to the stage. Caffrey slides up out of the racetrack with a 5. The 24, Mark Retchen, hard on the brakes to miss that. Did he miss the wall? He got a little bit of Retchen got a little bit of left front damage. Good Lord. John Hammond was able to get 1 minute 30 seconds fixed. There's Big Art and Mr. Mark Retchen working together. John Hammond still with left side damage. Stryker, fastest lap of the race. Still a lap down, 29.43. Trying to be ahead of some drivers here. 8 laps to go. Good Lord, that was insane. (27, 5-7, 16, 22, 28). Up into the mix, we'll see Derek Wegman up there. David Steiner up 11. Our other Aussie, Rollins. 77 of Michael Caffrey likes his drafting tracks as well, but he also really likes those flatter tracks. Great top 3 last week. Truly enjoyable. Enjoyable to watch, enjoyable to find. We have 3 Australians, 1 Canadian, and the rest right here from the great US of A. All rolling. 14 of Chris Justice, seeing the Ford behind him. With Troutman Auto Care on board just ahead. Mr. Caffrey One of the McGuire's paint scheme. Love to see it. Pat Green ahead of a couple of drivers here. John Hammond in danger going a lap down. Stryker out. Where'd Strickland go? Where'd Stryker go? Did Stryker crash? I'm not quite sure. There he is. He was there 1 minute. And something happened. And he was gone the next. Crowd over. Brian Fine. Oh, no. Tomorrow night, Chopp'N into the Xfinity Series here for the Chop Shop Racing crew. 4 laps to go. Brian Fine, Anthony Crownover, 1-2 right now. Oh, caution should be out. That is the 3. Going around. Crownover, staged win. Brian Fine, Michael Madicam, Dario, Clint Hackett, David Steiner, Derek Wegman, Tony Sanders, Jason Day, Chris Justice will be your top 10. Churchy and Caffrey get your top 12. Here's what happened to the 3. Where'd he go? There's Craig Bridge Jr. Coulter, the relaxer. Stryker able to jump back in. Oh, he got free. Looked like he got free. Hold on, that snapped on him. That's that right side. You don't want to split the seam here. Right there. Free. Bam. And I tell you what, he wrecked up. That is, I don't know if he intentionally did that, but good Lord. That was crazy. Pat Green should be your lucky dog here. He'll get the free pass, come back around, be back on the lead lap. I think Craig Bridge Jr. is trying to make it to pit road. Stryker having to leave, as it would be. So everybody will come to pit road. Stryker will at least get a lap back here. Philip Caffrey back out there as well, try to stay out. We'll see if anybody stays out to try to assume the lead here. I would assume everybody's coming in. John Hammond's coming in. He's got a little left front to still fix. Jeff Laraway trying to let some drivers go around here, making sure he doesn't get a black flag for any reason whatsoever. Big Art coming in as well. And John Hammond will do it. Pat Green will be your free pass, and a chance for him to come in and get some stuff fixed. He's got some right front damage. An opportunity knocking for that driver. Good boogly woogly. All right, we'll focus on the leader. Chris Justice still out there. Tires and fuel for all the drivers. They work their way back around. Opportunity. Couple of drop frames there. Do apologize about that. Don't know what that's about. But we're going to keep it looking. Oh, dear Lord. All right, we're going to go back to it. We're going to have free pass cars coming around. We're going to take a hydrate break for just a moment. As we do, we'll keep our focus on the field. We got a lot of racing still left. Over 103 laps to go as we get back to it. It'll be double file. We'll go back green flag racing to begin the stage here at Echo Park, Atlanta Motor Speedway. All the fun. Trying to figure it out, Budgie. Green, green, green. Let's go. I don't know why the first two worked, but this one didn't. Maybe there's a streamer bot update. I'm not quite sure. All right, we'll see if driver's going to ride or not. All right, let's see. Want to see if there's something I can do as far as the clip goes. All good. We're still green. How about it? We're going to get dicey. 97 laps to go. This is an eat the run situation here. May or may not work. Bonds, you got it. It's not available out there. It's only available on sir. Oh, thank you, Boz, for trying to make a clip. I think our streamer bot integration, I had it fixed. It was working. Oh, they're wrecking. Wrecking back here. Churchy, they save it, though, and I don't know how. Yeah, I failed to create a clip. Okay, well, I don't know what's going on with streamer bot. We'll have to figure it out. It's weird. Yeah, kind of just hit the button. I don't know, Budgie. Here's what happened. John Hammond. Oh, man. He was so broken right there. No caution, of course. So John Hammond's 3 wide here. The 5 still able to get a run right there. Still way up high. As the draft of the 5-2. Church just not quite clear coming down. The 5-5 a little on the left rear as well. John not having a great day. Philip Caffrey's a lap down. Striker's in. John Hammond might have to use that fast repair, and that toe is not a good one. Single file racing so far. Seeing Clint Hackett move up through the field. 39 rolling. Colby, thank you for the like. Thank you, Budgie. We'll figure out the clip thing. It's got to be in the code. Oh, no. Mata up into the wall. Caution will come out this time. Hard nose hit. That was Brian Fine right behind him. So 16 trying to get a run here. Went to the outside. Brian Fine got there. He got a little free. And then that difference in speed, the 5-7 with the 5-7 to the 16 right there. Gotta watch the change of lane. I'm gonna go on board with Brian Fine here, and he might take the blame here. And I hate it for Mata as well. But watch the, oh goodness, that's a terrible, terrible view. Hey, that's where it's supposed to be. Right here. Yeah. That's not something Brian was looking at there. The game is too slow. You have to, you do know that you can fast travel, right? You can not only fast travel, but you can speed up time. It is just like Farming Simulator in that regard. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why the clips aren't working, but we'll figure that out. Give me a second. right, calmer heads prevail. Let's go, says the Budgie Bird. Jess said I had to walk on. I walked all the way upstairs for her to already put it in chat, and chat was a little slow, and you know all the things. Yeah, no. Yeah, 87 laps to go. Crowd over Justice. Cam Dario in third. Clint Hackett's up for fourth, trying to pull Tony Sanders in an inside lane around. Right now, Picard trying to work his way forward. David Steiner there as well. Stryker, a couple of laps down, 4 of them, as a matter of fact. 2 laps down for Philip Caffrey. He rips the bottom side of the racetrack. Mata, well, the black flag back on pit road. John Hammond having a toe in. Pat Green, Craig Brooks Jr., Mueller, Hollyfield out of the race. Is, well, you know, this racetrack doing it. Some people like it. Some people love it. Some people love to hate it. Some people love to like it. I don't know. Mata out of the race. Riker trying to make sure that he has the top 20, needs the points to be able to keep trying to keep that lead. We'll see what happens. Big Art, middle of the race line, trying to work his way forward. 14 spots gained. Jason Day just ahead of him. And Wretched down on the bottom side of the racetrack. He's trying to give up some spots here. We'll be able to do so coming back around. Getting a little dicey, getting a little fun. 84 to go. We'll see green flag pit stops somewhere around the 95 to 102 mark, depending on how the tires handle up. A good day, nonetheless. A good day. Drivers digging into the corner. We'll take a look on board. Tony Sanders here, right behind the 20. Or right behind the 28 of Clint Hackett. Derek Wegman just behind him. Good bump coming. Yeah, he eats the run. Nice job. Derek Wegman there, seeing how the run was going to prevail. Brian Fine back there. He looked like he had poked his nose on the outside. Got to make it work. Too far forward in the box with a blown engine. You can't tow. No kidding. Where's the pit crew that pushes us back 4 feet? Man. Think about it. Look at the run Brian's getting here. Put you out of the hunt for the playoffs officially. Let's see. We got 2 races left, I think. No, we got one. We got Bristol left. We have this. No, we have Bristol. We have Phoenix. We have 2 races left. I was right. Where were you sitting in the standings? Again, hold on. Let me pull it up. I like making sure that I could take a look. That's latest race standings. Yeah, John Hammond, 21 over the standings. Where are you at, Mike? You were 20th in the standings. And John finishes behind you. That's still points. Missing Joe Hudson tonight. Those will be points for you. Couple of drivers finishing behind you. Those are good. I mean, depends on your finishes and your stage points for the next 2 races. Kind of looking at how the points are stacked right now. To get to Wegman under the wall. I mean, it would have been close regardless. Wegman got free. Oh man, Derek Wegman right there. Everybody down to avoid Brock Duty on the inside wall. having to save the engine. Both drivers coming to pit road. And 20 last week on the cut. Yeah, you're going to get to that top 16. You'll get some points today. We'll have to see how it fares out. So you kind of see how that number needs to prevail. You might have to go out there and win the stage and win both races to have an opportunity. Stage points, leading the most laps, fastest lap of the race. When it comes to bonus points, I mean, those are big too. If I look at how the bonuses are stacked up, if you finish with 0 incidents, you lead 1 lap, lead the most laps. Those are both points. So you get 2 bonus points for finishing with 0 incidents. If you lead a lap, I mean, that's going to be hard at Bristol. It might even be a real, 21 freed up back here. Got bumped wrong. It was Tony Sanders. Now, I don't know. I mean, you gotta look at it. Fastest lap of the race gives you so you can get 5 bonus points if you get all the points. Most laps led, fastest lap, lead a lap, and then finish with 0 incidents. That's 5 bonus points. And then stage win is worth 12 points and a playoff point, I believe. That's 12 points above the line. You got a stage win last week. That made up a ton of points. You got bonus points for lap led. But then you gotta finish it. That's where it's gotta be. Those are massive points. And this is a super speedway we're all thinking about how it's gonna work. Churchy up on the outside lane. Rolling hard. Trying to do what he can. Let's take a look on board. He's a lap down, but he's ready to go. He can stay with the lead pack here. He'd be good. Got Gunner Boy on top of the hood tonight. Now, I know Church seems like he's quite a way back here from the pack, but the way the line is produced, even with no traffic behind him, he should be able to. I know he was utilizing the outside lane. He should be able to catch the draft of these drivers, be able to do something with it. Hammond's on pit road. I mean, it depends. He might have some right side damage as well. If he's got some right side damage, which I think he does, he might just be losing it in the arrow. Brock Duty just ahead of him. Or sorry, just behind him on the numbers. Mark Retchen out there as well. Brock Duty working. Phil Caffrey there. Right front damage. Derek Wegman. There is Michael Strickland still trying to get a few more spots out of this one. 71 laps to go. Chris Justice to the back bumper of Anthony Cronover. Cam Dario sits up 15. Clint Hackett up 9. David Steiner up 12. Jason Day, Nathan Bighart. Everybody trying to push forward. 15 drivers on the lead lap. Mark Retchen, the last driver on the lead lap, came in on 55. Again, a few drivers coming in on 55, trying to salvage and save. Make sure they have enough damage worked out here to be able to make the track work. Jerry Culver in 14th. Off the pace right now is Derek Wegman just behind him. Jeff Laraway, last driver in the pack. And I talked about what drivers could do here. There's Rayburn and Banks. There's Caffrey. There's Jeff Laraway. And right behind him is going to be Robert Church. Church trying to play catch-up here. He is with the main pack. He's with that main 4-pack right there. That main pack with Tony Sanders has Brock Duty on the tail end of that one. Brock Duty trying to play catch-up to Robert Church. Again, Church first driver off the lead lap. That aero damage on that right front is massive. There's Phil Caffrey up on the outside lane. It's going to be 3 laps down now, I do believe. Brock Duty 2 laps down. Church is a lap down. Phil Caffrey slides sideways. Duty trying to work. And Church would be lucky dog. Retchen 24.8. The gap still dealing. 27 to the 14, 22. It'll be your top three. Clint Hackett, David Steiner, your top five. Jason Day, Nathan Bigart, and Tony Sanders. Brian Fine right there in that outside lane again, trying to get the run, trying to develop that race line. Slides down, looking for a crossover, trying to maybe go with the 0-1 here. 5-7. Jostling the car, trying to find position. Get through the corner, utilizes that second lane. Trying to clear a spot or two on the corner. Might see the 21 just soak up the position. Side draft from Brian Fine. Again, surging forward into the race line. That inside lane. All that draft right there from the inside lane. Right now, Brian Fine is trying to put himself in a spot to have the position to be able to have a good pit road. If he can do that, it'll be massive, because green flag pit stops are going to be coming, and when they come, it's going to be about getting in and out of pit road as fast as possible, and hopefully you have some friends. If you don't have any friends, well, it's going to come down to it. NASCAR with a horsepower package on this racetrack. I know it's driving like a super speedway, and it is configured for that. But I will tell you, what we watched in NASCAR this past season, the track is starting to have a little bit of wear that is indicative of what mile-and-a-half racetracks were back in the day, especially this racetrack. This racetrack has a ton of potential when it comes to it, but they slowed the car down very, 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 very much. And right now, that's what's making this draft package work the way it does. 27 put the 24 lap down. 24 stayed up on the third lane. That is Mark Retchin. He would be your lucky dog. He was going to be able to slide down. Tony Sanders was getting the room, but he's going to be good. 5-7 to the 2-4. The 9 working behind Brock Duty. We'll see the 24 working. Philip Caffrey in tow. Philip Caffrey a couple of laps down. Mark Retchin might soak up. Might let Philip Caffrey go here. We'll see. They're going to lose the draft if they don't concede their way forward. They don't want to do that. Mark Retchin really good at super speedways tonight. It's not indicative of what he's normally used to. Fine, and the 0-1. The 0-1 trying to be patient. Derek Wegman on the bottom side of the racetrack, forcing everybody to go high. He'll go 3 laps down now. Or, I'm sorry, 4 laps down now. As now he moves to the bottom side of the racetrack. Jerry Culver, the next driver, trying to save a spot for that lap down position. He's in 14th, up 10 spots from the start of the race. Jareth Laraway right behind the 77 of Caffrey, then Brian Rayburn, then Brandon Banks. They've got about 6.5 seconds they're trying to catch. The 13 rolls high. Race culture says be predictable. This track is so small that you can be up to speed like these drivers are. Right now, they're running 190 miles an hour in the corners. The 184-ish on the front straightaway through the sections. The fall off has only been a quarter second for these drivers. 180 miles an hour into the corner for Crownover. Then the 88 up on the outside is going to go another lap down. 185 on the back straightaway. 187 as it would be. It's with a high speed there. It says top speed 191, but doesn't seem to be accurate for me here. That's Church. I don't know why I've been stuck on that window for so long. Sorry about that, folks. We like Church. We love him. I tell you what, I think Stream Deck is having an issue. And it might be something I have to reinstall the software. Church on the outside is going to go another lap down. It'll be 2 laps down. Jerry Culver, first driver, a lap down. Mark Retchin is just ahead of him. 61 trying to mount a respectable return here. 61 to the 13 to the 24. Might try to put themselves ahead of this group. We'll see. might keep themselves right in line. We'll see. 5:08 to go. Push fuel being burned by Anthony Crownover right now. 89 being completed. They're 46 laps on the cycle. There's a race recap so far. 7 lead changes, 3 cautions for 9 laps. It's all 3 for incident as well. As we go 89. Laps led for Anthony Crownover, 67 laps of the 90 that it would be. Chris Justice just behind him has led 10 laps. Cam Dario, I don't believe, has led a lap yet. Clint Hackett looking to lead a lap as well. David Steiner still up into the mix. Jason Day on the bottom. Started 17th. Jason Day in the middle part of that race line. Started 11th. Brian Fine has led 5 laps. He's trying to work his way back forward as well. Tony Sanders looking to lead a lap. Ryder Banks still working with this group. Has Rayburn and Mr. Caffrey just ahead of him. Of Jeff Laraway as they go. Let's go Strickland for Carina. He's working on it. But he had an issue earlier that put him multiple laps down, but it wasn't anything he did wrong. It's something to do like he was out of the race for a moment. He had to reset. Churchy coming around. There's Stryker right there. Started 16th, off 3 from the start of the race. Derek Wegman started 4th. He is looks to be out. Mata started 3rd. John Hammond led some laps too. Pat Green was trying to lead some laps, wasn't able to do it. Craig Bridge Jr. started 20th. Mike Mueller out of the race. Ron didn't start the race. But all the drivers are rolling. They really are. They're doing a great job. He's trying. Carina, he's trying. Motivation. Fastest lap of the race. I believe Brian Fine still holds on to a 29.28. I thought Stryker had it there for a moment. He did. He had a 29.43, and then throughout the cycle, Brian Fine says, I'll see that, and runs a 29.28. Again, lap times. Really, the fall off is not all that much, but half second from Cam Dario. 7/10 of a second, last time by, but the drivers are eating the run, and right now it's kind of a stalemate of what the drivers are going to be able to do. And take it to the Chop It Up podcast, Chop It Up Media and Podcast. You get out there and watch the Eagle do some things. If you haven't done so, make sure you do that. Go find them out there. Stay tuned sports as well. Look at Admin Box, Ball Status, BB Music, all the fine folks out there doing the thing. Clint Hackett on the move. He's up to 3rd, up 10 spots. Jason Day there in that 4th spot behind him. Big Art trying to make some things happen as well. It's going to be a big one. Going to be a part of the Chop Shop Racing. Do what Budgie just did and hit the discord.gg/Chop Shop Racing. You'll be able to get out there and have some fun with it and chill with these guys. They're a lot of fun. Absolutely an amazing time. Keep your eye on Chris Justice. He might be looking for a setup here at any given moment. 22 of Cam Dario and Brian Fine on the outside. They're working just behind him, but Chris Justice trying to keep the car clean for as long as possible. 51 laps to go. There's another driver, Cam. That is Brian Fine. He's got a little bit of help here. And if Cam Dario can close in the distance on him, he'll be able to make that one kind of press on and press forward. Ooh, 63. Drifts up a little bit. Cam Dario almost made that. Almost had a little bit go wrong with that car. Going to be clear on the bottom. You see Jerry Culver up there working. Jerry is a driver that'll push his way back forward. If he sees a route to be up front and put himself back on the lead lap, that saves him from taking the lucky dog and doing anything with it. 49 laps to go. Jerry down on the bottom side. What if Jerry sees what Brian Fine's trying to do here? Out of the corner, Brian trying to find a way, and you just kind of see what Cam Dario is doing here. He is full throttle trying to catch up in the 5-7. Big run. Jerry Culver having a lift. Cam keeping it at bay. And that's what we see out of Brian Fine. He gets right here. He's full throttle. Nathan lifting, getting back into the throttle. 3/4 throttle almost. Able to keep him at bay. Brian Fine slides down on Steiner there. The big run. So far, so good. 5-7 on the 6-3, 22. Right back to the back bumper of the 5-7. Trying to go places right now in that outside lane. See the 24. Right to the back bumper of the 22. And right now the 22 is going to do exactly what the 5-7 was trying to do. He's going to drive around him. The 5-7, the 22, door to door there is around that 46 mark. We'll see what's kind of being presented here. We'll see drivers hitting pit road. It'll be 3 of them coming in. Clint Hackett will be your race leader. He's going to stay on another lap. 28.52. There's the 01. Again, we talk about pit road. Drivers are on pit road. 14 is going to stay with a 27. As everybody comes in, they've got to get down to pit road speed limit. As they come around, 50 miles, I think it's 50 miles an hour, 45 miles an hour, somewhere around there, 50 miles an hour. Clint Hackett will lead the group around. Credit lap led for Clint Hackett as they go up into the mix. They'll be able to run a lap or two longer. We'll see if Chris Justice, Anthony Cronover, and Brian Fine can do what they need to do. They're going to get new tires and fuel. We'll see if anybody takes just right side only, because that's pretty massive. Probably not, though. Brian Fine coming in, able to close in some gaps, going to be able to work with Anthony Cronover, Chris Justice. They've got to get off pit road together here and keep it close. Because right now they're going to go a lap down and be a lap down. Mark Retch and Jerry Culver on the lead lap. Anthony Cronover and company, they're getting off pit road here. They're going to be right behind that second group of Jeff Laraway. So again, you lose a lot of time coming around pit road exit. 52 seconds, the total time for pit road. You have 47 and a half seconds basically between the drivers on pit lane. But you got pit road entry that starts way in the back. I look at it, how much time it took to get around, and get on pit road and leave pit road. Total looks like 48 seconds on pit lane, but the commitment line doesn't count it the same way that we normally see it. Clint Hackett out front. Bigard's going to be second. Steiner's third. Clint Hackett might run it out of fuel. We'll see how that'll fare out for him. Sparks are flying as Clint Hackett makes it to the next wave. Lead changes are aplenty. 8 lead changes. Still only 3 cautions over the 9 laps over the 106 that have been ran. Again, thank you to everybody out there. Normally the race controller is Penguin. This is the Chopp'N It Up Cup Series here on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. My name is Jason. Signature Esports is the massive platform we've got. We love to see you out there. Love to see what you're doing. Green flag pit stops are going. And right now, the 0-1 in tow of Clint Hackett. The fuel strategy might be working here. There's the 8 and the 74. 14 trying to work with the 27 here. These drivers are trying to unlap themselves from a little bit difference of a field here. The 8 pulls the 27 and the 14. There's a lot of separation there from the 74 to the 77 to the 8. Right now, the 27 to the 14 trying to travel around, and it's going to be interesting to see when we get around to it. Brooklyn 5 laps down to 19th. Reichman out of the race. So a spot gain for Stryker. Race leader still in a pack of drivers that are trying to get back on the lead lap. Jerry Culver, one of those drivers, has a 24 mark correction. They're all on the same level here. 27 of the 14 trying to work together. Almost a race-winning pace. Brian Fine has lost the pack. 7.7 back. Was not able to get off of pit road fast enough to be able to keep up with Crownover and Chris Justice. So he needs some help. He doesn't need that to be in the form of anybody that is not the leader, because Brian Fine is in danger of going 2 laps down right now. Clint Hackett and company closing in the distance. Brian Fine from leading the race to having troubles trying to get around the field. Will try to keep himself predictable here as the 28 and the 01. The 5-7 staying bottom lane. Clint Hackett just behind him. 5-7 stays high, stays out in the outside lane here. Little wall tap for Brian Fine there as they exit turn 4 onto the front straightaway. That quad oval area, the trickiest part of this racetrack. Hackett, the 01. David Steiner, Cam Dario, Jason Day, top 5 as they all come to pit road now. Somebody trying to lock it up. Ooh, the 01 trying to make a pass on the inside of Clint Hackett. Hits the grass to do so. So Nathan Bigart trying to do what he can here. He might lead a lap on pit road. That's crazy. And now Clint Hackett can't get to pit road. He can't get to his pit box because he's stuck all the way on the outside. Couldn't set up, and then all the drivers there in that second lane. Good Lord, I tell you what. David Steiner leaving pit lane, right side onlys. Nathan Bigart's going to be just behind him. The 01's going to he's going to pass him on the outside. He's going to try to pass him on the outside. So Anthony Crownover and company trying to work with they really don't have the pace right now to get there. They're going to have to do a lot more work. David Steiner, Bigart in the pack coming. Brandon Banks, the race leader. And right now, the pack is going fast enough. They might actually be able to put Nathan Bigart and David Steiner a lap down. The drivers that you got to keep up with that is the 27 of the 14. Brandon Banks, Brian Rayburn, Jerry Culver coming to pit road. David Steiner, Nathan Bigart, Anthony Crownover. These are the drivers in tow of all this. 22 working to the outside. There goes Cam Dario. They're all trying to work to get around. The 77 up into the wall. 3 wide. 77 having to back out. The 27 trying to muscle his way forward. We'll see the 74 and the 88. After all that, Michael Caffrey sits in 3rd. Jeff Laraway sits in 4th. Mark Retchins in 5th. David Steiner in 6th in front of the 01. The 01 keeping him there. Brandon Banks, he's just soaking it in. He's got 30 laps to go. He can save fuel right where he's at. '74 to the back bumper. 14 there as well, 27, 22. And we'll see how this will fare out. The 8, the 01. 27 of the 22. They're pushing as hard as they can. Brian Rayburn in second. The 8 to the 01. The 8's gaining spots here, but you got to know that he's going to be close to fuel. 14 to the back bumper to the 74. 27 of the 22. Oh, Crownover gets turned. Caution will come out. Brandon Banks, still your race leader. Now, David Steiner, Nathan Bigart, they'll cycle. But Brandon Banks, it's a lucky break there. Crownover. Well, gets free. I don't know if he got bumped. We got to go back a little bit. No, he just gets free. That's that outside lane. His car gets free, right? I thought he got turned, but he got free. Cam Dario didn't do anything wrong there. That car snapped around on Anthony Crownover. See him come to pit road. Brandon Banks will lead him down. Cam Dario is going to be waiting out for the free pass. Chris Justice will come back to pit road. Jason Day, I think he's going to stay out. Clint Hackett's going to stay out. Tony Sanders will stay out. Brian Fine's going to be able to stay out here. He was able to stay on the lead lap. But I think Brian Fine is a lap down, so he actually might. There's David Steiner coming around. David Steiner will be your race leader. Nathan Bigart will be second. Cam Dario is the lucky dog. He'll be released. He'll go around. He'll be back on the lead lap. We'll start the tail end of the longest line. But it's going to be a short line because Cam Dario is in 8th. Jeff Laraway's in 7th. Caffrey's going to be in 6th. Retchen, Rayburn, Banks. All 4 of those drivers have an opportunity here. So we'll see what happens with Crownover. He is Crownover's going to be a lap down. Chris Justice is a lap down. Jerry Culver is a lap down. And you kind of wondered what was going to happen. And right now, the newer tires can prevail for a moment, but they're going to need to be organized. Chris Justice is going to be a lap down. Crownover, again, a lap down. Took the fast prepare. Now just battling for a top 15. He and Chris Justice will need that free pass at some point. Jason Day's your race leader, or I'm sorry, not the race leader. David Steiner's your race leader. It'll be Bigart and Banks, Caffrey. So you're going to have the two Aussies lining up inside. You might see David Steiner on the outside lane. If you get Caffrey to work closer to him, there might be an opportunity for them to work together. But you don't want to count it. If you put Nathan Bigart and Brandon Banks together, that is a recipe for the push at the end. Stryker's 4 laps down. He's going to be looking for a free pass. I thought he was going to be looking for a free pass. He might be. He's blinking on me. Tell him to turn off that Wi-Fi. Retchen back on pit road. Driver's going to get released. Jeff Laraway coming around. Jason Day, Clint Hackett, Tony Sanders, Brian Fine, Brock Duty, and Chris Justice will be back in the middle of this mix. Rayburn right behind him. He's going to be the 61. He's going to line up on the outside. It's Philip Caffrey. Anthony Crownover. He's there to work as well. Going to get the EOL here. Waiting for drivers to get there. Yeah, he's going to have to stay up there. Cam Dario was a free pass car. Jeff Laraway, one of those cars as well. But nonetheless, the racing doth be on. Be the 63 and the 8, the 14 on the inside. There's the 01, the 77, and the 61 on the outside. And a lot of lap traffic ready to go. There's a 71 on the outside. Striker's going to be there as well. 6 drivers on the lead lap. Before. Now we're going to do it again. Green flag. They go. They gone. Tell you what, the 63, great job. He caught the 01 off guard. He waited until green. Right now, the 8 with a chance to go. Going to look to the outside. 14 is going to be in tow. Big run for the 14 to the 63. David Steiner up to try to side draft. Here comes the 01. 77 with a big run. 8 try to pull the 14. 8 and the 14 digging the corner. 8 clear. Can he pull the 14 along? 63 trying to be up inside draft. 14. It's going to be cleared down as the 8 goes to work. David Steiner looking for a podium here tonight. With 23 laps to go. The racing doth be on, but don't count him out. Mark Ratchet back on the lead lap. Jason Day there as well. Brian Fine in 12th. Got Jerry Culver there. Both drivers trying to work their way back around. Jerry Culver is going to be third driver a lap down. Crown over Chris Justice. All there as well. Chris Justice trying to drive himself back on the lead lap. That's exactly what he does. That is crazy to think. 63 dependent on the inside. Well, Chris Justice, if a caution were to come out, is on the lead lap. And right now, the 8 and the 74 trying to go places. Rayburn was up there with the 8, and now they can't go. Chance, thank you for coming to the supporter. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's Kaylee. Duty having to jump to pit road. Churchy having an issue there as well. This is right there on 122. Oh, that was a big stack up, and Church went to go, and there was no caution for that. That's crazy. I should have racked him, stacked him, and redid it again. 63 on the outside. 27 of Crown over there as well. 77 on the inside. The Aussies lead 1-2. The 01 trying to push around. Chris Justice flirting with going a lap down and leading the inside lane. 14 of the 63. And right now, Chris Justice controlling how this race is developing with 19 laps to go. Jason Day there on the inside. Is a 24 Mark Retchen there as well. A lot of movers and shakers. Things trying to be presented. Crown over up there on the outside lane. 74 of Rayburn up in the mix. The 28 of Clint Hackett on the bottom. Clint Hackett in 5th. Swapping positions back and forth with Nathan Bigart. We thank the drivers for all the driver cams tonight. We appreciate it. Let's go 74. He's working on it. He got all stacked up and discombobulated. Oh, no. Oh, no. That was a hard hit for Rayburn. That almost... I went to click on him. I think he got free. I don't know what happened. Watch Rayburn here. Rayburn up into the dirty stuff. Tires splitting the seam. Let's see what happens here. We're going to speed up here just a little bit. Oh, the 71 up into the 74. Oh, no. And then a Philip Caffrey. Good Lord, what a hit. Rayburn to pit road. 14 to the 77. Cam Dario in the 22. Trying to find a spot to move forward. Larry, thank you for the like, sir. I appreciate you. I like my subscribers. Thank you, subscribers. Thank you to our members, to our warriors. You get some videos out there that you don't normally get to see. 8 to the back bumper of the 01. 63 there on the outside. If the 01 and the 8 can work together, they might be able to carve through some of this, but we'll see. We're getting down to it. 15 laps to go. This is when things get a little bit more edgy. This race hasn't been without consequence. A lot of consequences there. 132 of 146. Thank you for the 500 biddies, Budgie. I appreciate you. Caffrey, your race leader. 4 cautions over 12 laps, 13 lead changes. According to SDK, Caffrey still working, and Chris Justice just ahead of him. Morning, folks. We have our Toys for Tots final 2 races on Monday and Wednesday. Championship race for the Chop Shop Truck Series. On Tuesday, we have the Chopp'N It Up Xfinity Series tomorrow. That'll be, I don't even know where we're at tomorrow. Where we're at, Charlotte? Something like that. Striker's up to 16th. He's been able to get around a couple of drivers now, just kind of being in the battle of attrition. And I'll tell you what, that inside lane is prevalent. It's a 77, stays with a 14, and keeps him out front. He could win the race behind a driver. The 24, Mark Retchen, will work 14 of the 77, trying to set up the run here. And right now, the 5-2 there on the outside. Jason Day sees Cam Dario on the inside. There is Tony Sanders, Clint Hackett, David Steiner. Right now, the 5-2 to the 0-1, trying to get a run with the corner. 24 to the outside. Inside lane, trying to be not giving up. 24 is going to slide back down on the 28. 28 has to eat the run there. That checks up the inside lane and an opportunity for the 5-2. The 77 is drawing back the line to the 5-2 or the 0-1 to the outside. 77 trying to work to the outside. 14's there. 24, big stack up here. 28 drives to the inside. 77 closes the door of the 28. They're going to be 3 wide. 24 there. 5-2 has to eat the run. 77 trying to push his way back around. And they all just slammed the door on each other there. And I tell you what, they are picking up and they are getting busy. 77 drifts out of line. It's going to lose that place to the 28. The tires get busy. 10 laps to go. Chris Justice worked his way to the front of the field. Restarted because he came to pit road. Was not going to be the lucky dog. He worked his way through the field on the first couple of laps after the restart. And now this is what you see. Outside lane trying to prevail. The 28, big separation between he and the 77, trying to develop a run. As they lift into the corner, drop in, try to have the drive off. And the 24, Mark Retchen, there on the outside. 28 might look ahead. Gets a little free there on corner exit. Caffrey leading as they go down the back straightaway. Boom, baby. Jason Day still trying to work with the 24. 24 door-to-door to the 21. Big wiggle out of him. And I tell you what, the top 3 cars doing a great job. Clint Hackett technically second. Third in the line, the 21. 24 on the outside. Mark Retchen on the move. Cam Dario there on the inside. 5-2 working. Trying to get it. Phil Caffrey on the inside. Big stack up. 28 has the door open. He's there to the inside of the 77. And that is going to change nothing. Tony Sanders on the inside. Cam Dario. New leader, Clint Hackett. 7 laps to go. The 77 going around. Caffrey. He's good. They're good. They're good. They're still green. How about it? Clint Hackett, the race leader behind the 14. 77. Opened the door for Clint Hackett, and he was there. Gets the nose on the inside, makes it work. The 0-1 trying to go with the 27 here. And right now, Clint Hackett needs to not open the door himself. He needs to stay inside, push that 14 if he wants to win this race. 21 jumping to the outside. 27 will run to the 0-1. Lap traffic playing spoiler here as the 0-1 drop in the corner is riding with the 27. He'll shove him around. The 28 makes it 5 laps to go. Good Lord. Jeff Laraway in 7th. Jason Day all the way off the pace now. Caffrey's all the way off the pace as well. Mark Ratchin back here with Brian Fine and Jerry Culver. Brian Fine making the pass on Ratchin. Brandon Banks getting around the 01. Dang, thank you for the like, sir. Tony Sanders just behind Clint Hackett and on the move. 4 laps to go. Tony Sanders, Clint Hackett side by side. Not side by side, sorry, nose to bumper, bumper to nose. Good Lord, I can speak. 22 to the outside, 63, 3 laps to go. 22 trying to break up what's going on there, and there goes the 8 to the outside. Drivers trying to set up the corner. The 28 trying to find out where he needs to be right now as the 21 and 22 door to door on the corner. It is so tough to pass. Camp surges. The 28, 2 to go, needs to search. And right now it's picking up. The 21 to the 28, 22 on the outside. 22 goes around. Oh, in front of him. Caution will come out. Nathan Bigart, the 22 of Camp Dario. Clint Hackett, your race leader. How about it? Chris Justice still on the lead lap. We'll have our first attempt at a green-white checkered here as Clint Hackett needed one more lap. And Camp Dario going around. He's going to have to tow. Bigart had to tow. Here's what happened. Man, oh man, what a hard hit. I want to say there's a bump from the 8. Got wiggled up and just got free, and it snapped on him. Boom, boom, boom. Man, 2-for-1 special at IHOP. Or Waffle House, no matter how you look at it. Cam had to tow, Nathan had to tow. Crownover should be your lucky dog here. Clint Hackett, your race leader. Tony Sanders, David Steiner, Brandon Banks, Jason Day, all able to work back into it as well. I think Crownover stayed free of it. We got to look. He did. He was good. Good boogly woogly. Oh, man. Clint Hackett, the race leader currently. Crownover will be your lucky dog. He'll go around and get back on the lead lap. Striker up to 16th. Is 11 laps down. 11 laps down. We'll have to make it work. Philip Caffrey coming around is going to be able to do that. So Nathan's going to be in 13th. He towed. Clint Hackett, your race leader. Opportunity knocking. Tony Sanders, David Steiner, Brandon Banks. And this is where Clint Hackett needs a clean restart, control the lanes. Tony Sanders, same concept, same back channel. Caffrey with an opportunity. And if you thought the playoff points were all shaken up, well, guess what? I'm going to tell you that stage points were good for Nathan. Frank, I don't think earned any straight. No, he didn't earn any stage points, but I will tell you that the points are going to be closer, but not near as close as what it could have been if Nathan had a top 5 tonight. Good Lord. What a race it's been. First attempt at a green-white checkered coming up. Echo Park, 5th caution of the race. Considering a very clean race. I think 3 of the 5 cautions we've had so far have been about spinning, just getting free in the corner. Crownover was one of them. I think that one was a bump, but then it got free. I thought he had it collected, and then he didn't. Oh, the 21, hard in the wall there. I think goodness. Tony Sanders trying to warm up the tires. He hit the wall. Maybe trying to time the jump. Now right front damage. 77 backing off the corner. There's David Steiner right behind. Jason David with an opportunity. Chris Justice there as well. Jerry Culver leaving pit road. And Culver is just one lap down. Needing that lucky dog position, but he's in 11th. Jeff Laraway out of the race. Philip Caffrey's going to pick up a spot here. Bigart is going to be leaving pit road. He's going to be trying to salvage that spot. Cam Dario will finally get that time. He's got about another 10 or 15 seconds. He'll take the, he'll take that fast repair and be back out there. He'll have at least a driver to compete with. Oh, 77 going around. Whoa. Oh, they're running into each other. What in the world is going on? Oh, they were braking. Good Lord. I think they were just trying to slow down. There's the 24. Let's see what happened to the 77 here. It's Michael Caffrey. I think he accelerated. I tell you what. Oh, did he money shift? Oh no. We gotta listen. I think hopefully they extended the caution. Yeah, they didn't go green yet. Let's go inside and listen. First gear. Ooh, that clutched in. Something happened with the car. I don't know. All right, let's try it again. They didn't do anything wrong. I think the track is just playing dividends with them right now, and I think the tires are kind of all jacked up on Mountain Dew. Right over, tail of the field. Chance to get something out of this one. Clint Hackett, the race leader. I hope everybody's good. 77 seems fine. It looks like the 61's fine. Mark Retchen looks okay. I do think the 61 was just trying to slow down and locked up the tires. It's scary. I was like, man, are they running into each other on purpose? No, they're not doing that at all. They're just the end of the race, and they're getting down to it. 28 to the 21. Opportunity on the 28 to go. They're green. Ooh, they stack up. They stacked up. Clint Hackett, Tony Sanders, Brandon Banks on the bottom. 2 to go. First attempt at a green-white checkered coming up. Oh, the 21 stacking up in the middle of the field. 5-7 pushing awfully hard here. 63 on the bottom side. What are they doing? Oh, they turns across the nose. What are we doing? A massive crash. Second attempt at a green-white checkered coming up. Brandon Banks, David Steiner, Clint Hackett, all involved. A run on the 8. The 8 goes to the bottom side. Clint Hackett's on the bottom. David Steiner drops below the red line, which is off limits. And Clint Hackett taken out. Brandon Banks taken out. Chris Justice is there. Got some nose damage. Crown over. Assumed second. Brandon Banks having to come to pit road. He's got some significant damage going on there. Caffrey in on pit road as well. Clint Hackett, I believe, was able to make it to pit road. He was. And hopefully he's going to be able to leave pit road and stay on the lead lap. There it is. Thank you, Budgie. Actually, yeah, he should be. So Clint Hackett should be on the lead lap, so he'll be good. He'll be able to work his way back around. I'm glad it worked. Glad the budgie copter worked. Man, oh man. Oh, I know he led the inside lane, and I tell you what, if it didn't pick up from before, it picked up now. Michael Caffrey on pit road, getting what he can taken care of on the car. Big Art in 10th, Cam Dario in 11th. 21 of Tony Sanders able to come back around. Chris Justice, Anthony Crownover, Mark Ratchet. That'll be your top three. Brian Fine trying to work his way back to fourth. Everybody's doing their thing, man. Doing their thing. There's Brian Fine for you. Chris Justice leading. Massive nose damage. 6th caution of the race. Next attempt at a green-white checkered. I think they have 2. Chaos at Atlanta in such a good race, and it's unfolding. Well, Anthony Crownover will restart on the outside. He's the only clean car inside the top 4. Brandon Banks got his fast repair, so he'll have an opportunity to work here. Cam Dario in 10th. Bigard's going to be in 11th. There is the 77 of Caffrey. I believe he might still have had a fast repair there. Tony Sanders going to be right behind Clint Hackett. They had to come to pit road because they were damaged prior to that. So, but they're still on the lead lap. Jerry Culver is your lucky dog. He is finally on the lead lap. We got about 10 cars racing for the end of this race. Cam Dario, Nathan Bigard for 10th and 11th. That's a top 10 for him. Stryker on pit road in 16th. Driver of the night is, I would say, I would have to disagree. I think that he controlled the race line and all of that confusion stacked up the racetrack. I think the driver of the night's Jerry Culver. Jerry Culver has been patient all night long. Finally finds himself on one of the last green-white checkered attempts, back on the lead lap for a top 10 night. That's in my opinion, the driver of the night. Anthony Crownover doing a great job as well through the patience, able to get back on the lead lap. Right now, we're waiting on the 14 to go. They're going their green. 27 goes. He rolls. Can't change lanes before the restart zone. 27, 5-7, 2 to go. Chris Justice with a massive lead, but Crownover with the cleaner car. Chris Justice has a huge lead here, and he's going to have to control the race line, and he's got better cars behind him. And I say better, he's got cleaner cars behind him. He's got so much nose damage here, it's impressive. 27, 77, 27, white flag waves, final lap. The 22 of Cam Dario shoves up on the 77. 14 will be in a good place here. Try to go to the outside, up to block 27, down to block again. They drop into the corner. Final time around 3 and 4. 14 of the 27 out of 4. 14 looks to the inside on the bottom side of the racetrack. Crownover wins, Justice second, Caffrey third. Crownover gets the victory. The only time you can cross the red line is at a 3 and 4 on the bottom side. I believe that is the way that one works. Chris Justice in second. How about Anthony Crownover? The 01 of the 22. Let's see what happened here. Middle 3 wides. 57 had damage. No, they must have been horsing around. It looked like he intentionally wrecked him. How about it? Crownover gets the win. After what was an eventful race, Crownover, Justice Caffrey is going to be your top 3. Banks, Sanders, your top 5. Jerry Culver, Mark Retchen, Brian Fine, Clint Hackett, Cam Dario, your top 10. Chris Justice had a parachute on his nose. The moment he peeked the nose out, that he wasn't able to really go anywhere. He had speed, he had good draft, but man, Anthony, as soon as he got there, he took a block and came down with it, able to hold on to it. Culver, Retchen, Brian Fine, Clint Hackett, Cam Dario, your top 10. Bigart, 11th. Jason Day, 12th. Steiner, Caffrey, Laraway, Strickland, Rayburn, Duty, Church, Wegman, your top 20. 21st is going to be Michael Mattis, going to be John Hammond, Pat Green, Craig Bridge Jr., Mike Mueller. Hollyfield did not start tonight's race, but it ends on a second green-white checkered attempt. And an interesting race and an interesting end, all to come around and be all about, things. Things it is. I got to see the end of that one again. Hold on. We'll get Crownover on the white flag here. Ooh, 14-77. Oh, that was the control line on the bottom. 14 has good draft here because he's got nothing. He has nothing that he needs to do with the nose. Crownover, rear mirror driving up to block. Big bump for the 22. And then good push for the 14. Able to get there. Drops all the way down to the bottom line, but he's got a parachute there. Almost had him, but, that's kind of the way that one's going to work. I don't know. Crownover, 79 laps led. I believe that was the most laps led of any driver out there, so he's going to get some points out of this one. From controlling the race line early to doing that, Jeff Laraway still driving around the racetrack. I don't know. It was an interesting race. I'll give it that. An interesting end for sure. Let's talk to him. Anthony Crownover is going to be your race winner here tonight, as from leading a bunch of laps to some carnage, some chaos, and then able to muster back. And when Chris took off like that, it kind of, hold on, I got to get a different view. Jeff's still driving around the racetrack here, and I got to get higher. Hold on, so I don't hear it in my head. Anyway, it's, I don't know if he's trying to complete all the laps or what he's trying to do, but hey, complete all the laps, so do what you got to do. And then had to rear mirror drive a little bit there because Chris had a big parachute on his nose. And it was a lot of nose damage. He took the inside lane all the way down to the bottom side on the front straightaway to try to win that race, but it stalemated because of that. But he was able to get that run out of 3 and 4. Just walk me through it, man. This was a great race altogether, in my opinion. I know we had 6 cautions, but considering the level of carnage, one wreck took out a lot of drivers. But for the most part, the racing was clean. We had green flag pit stops. Like there was a lot to be said about it.
Yeah, it was clean. How about it? I have no idea how I won that one. I was a lap down with coming to get the white flag, and I was telling Brian, my teammate, I said, man, just a couple laps ago I was a lap down, and now I'm starting on the front row with 2 laps to go on the green white checkered. But once I got back on the lead lap there, and I knew we were going to have a couple restarts, I knew I still had a chance. It's just, you can't let the momentum die. Just keep taking the momentum. And then when I got there in front, it's just putting the block at the right time and not being worried about being spun into the fence or anything, but got the monkey off my back here in the Cup Series. Been a long time coming, but got a stage win tonight and the win for So both of those are first on the season. So time to start making up some points, some bonus points here before the playoffs start.
I like it. Jeff's laps aren't counting.
Maybe he wanted the extra practice, I guess.
I don't know. I'm looking at it and I'm like, well, why isn't it counting? Because, I mean, technically he's running the laps in all technicality. He's technically running the laps, but it's not. I mean, is it technically? I mean, the results are showing, so I guess technically the race is finished. So even his laps he's out there running right now aren't counting. That's a shame.
Well, maybe in Jeff's head tonight, it's not over with yet. He's still racing.
I like it. Keep going. I was like, oh. No, I mean, and every time he drives by, it's like I'm trying to be on your car, and I'm like, Anyway, nonetheless, how about chaos on the back straightaway? 2 to go. First attempt at a green white checkered. It was crazy. That's what set you up to restart on the outside.
Yeah, I seen everybody locking it down there on the inside and all the chaos up high, and things come right back down that baking. So I wanted to get through there as quickly as possible before things started coming back down, but not hit Cam, and actually made it through there without even a scratch. The 4X that I had was from earlier when the air got me a little bit behind on the steering there and just came around, but took that in race, so went to the back. But yeah, man, I wound up with this one somehow.
I mean, it was chaos. Chaos at the end, at least. That's what I'll say. But I mean, that's the way. I mean, if you're going for a win, that's kind of the way it works. We're gonna do it this way. But yeah, man, there was. I mean, a lot to be said. I mean, it's a super speedway. It's a slowed down version of a super speedway, and you guys were content to ride. Most laps led too. 79 laps led. That's a pretty big marker here, considering you guys were doing really well to keep a single file for the longest time. Green flag pit stops happened. You guys were kind of behind the ball when it comes to getting back around some of the lap traffic. That second lane just did not develop, and it seemed like it was just really, really, really free. I know that you had the spin that happened there. But I mean, this thing just seemed like it was crazy.
Yeah, that really screwed my race over to that point right there. Is we caught up with the lap cars, or they weren't actually on the lead lap, just older tires. When we pit earlier, I was trying to work with somebody. I know Brian was a little bit farther behind, so Chris was short on fuel. So I decided to help Chris out and pit with him, even though I had probably 10 or 12 laps left of fuel. But we were making up good time, and then we caught up with them and tried to go around on the outside and just couldn't get the momentum going to be able to get in front and drop back down. And I think that's where we lost a lot of our time at. But I thought it was kind of over with then, being stuck behind there until they pit. But then I got behind on the steering a little bit, or Cam got too close to the back on the turnaround. I don't know what happened, but that thing came around faster than what I was ready for.
Yeah, it was insane. But hey, stage win to a promising victory here. Congratulations. This was definitely an interesting race, and interesting on the forefront. That's for darn sure, brother. Give a shout outs. Week 17 is yours. 2 weeks left of the play before the regular season. The end of the regular season, and I mean, this is a good look for playoff contention, because now it's a win. Now you've got a stage win. You were ninth of the point standings coming into today's race. That's huge moving forward.
Yeah, probably jump up to 6 after tonight, but the most important thing is having that stage win and the win for the bonus points with the playoffs starting. I like how the playoff track's set up this year in the Cup Series, so I'm really looking forward to that. I feel like I can be competitive at every single track, or from the championship track in the last round. Everything kind of fits my driving style, so I got lucky with that one. Looking forward to it. But just shout out to the Pro Rev race team and to Brian, always keeping me company in the Cup Series, and shout out to Chris and Michael on a good finish there, and Signature eSports on the broadcast, Chop Shop Racing, Chopping It Up podcast, and John, Michael, everybody that puts it on the show. You, Jason, always thinking about you, brother. And we'll go get them again next week.
Man, I tell you what, it was crazy. I was confused for a moment. There were drivers that were spinning out under caution. There were drivers bumping each other or like hitting each other under caution. But I was looking at it, and I tell you what, it was all either brake lock up or clutch lock up or just the banking getting to somebody. Like, I tell you what, this race had a little bit of everything, and I'm like, what is going on? It's got to be something in the air because it's not the drivers. It's got to be, I don't know. It might be the track. It might be the tire model. Who knows?
Something in the water.
Yeah. The driver, everybody. I thought it was a great race. I thought everybody did a great job. I mean, I was worried for Michael Caffrey there for a moment because I thought something was mechanically wrong to send him up the racetrack and like spin around. So I don't know. We're gonna talk to him about it though. But all right, Crown Over. Much love, brother. I appreciate you as always. Just be the O. We're 4 O's. Yeah, 4 OG now since we're 5 years into this one. Good Lord.
Quadruple OG.
That's right. I don't know. Whatever is it? I don't know what it's going to be next year.
I would just call it Cinco de OG.
There you go. Cinco de OG. There you go. What's up, dog? No. All right, brother. We'll see you. We'll see you soon.
All right.
That's Anthony Crown Over. He comes.
Hey, Merry Christmas.
Oh. Yeah, you too. You too. I know you're getting ready to say it. I stopped.
Hey, thank you, sir. Merry Christmas to everybody out there.
That's it. Anthony Crown Over coming home in Victory Lane tonight. And he says it as well. Chris Justice had a parachute on his. I mean, I tell you what, you got a big run. Boy, did you get a big run. You had a parachute on your nose, and when you dove to the inside out of 3 and 4, because I mean that's kind of when you can cross that red line. I mean that red line is out of bounds until that particular point. When you cross that line on the bottom side, I was like, oh, there might be a chance here, and the relative went nowhere. And I was like, oh, that would have been.
I knew that was my only shot. I was told by a spotter that I had some nose damage. And I'm like, well, the outside can't work. It hasn't worked all race. My only shot was to be, on the rear of Crown Over going into 3 and 4. Hope to God he gets loose tire spin or something and just dive to the inside. So I gave it my best shot, but props to Anthony. He held his line and was able to have the momentum coming off 4. I couldn't do anything with it with that damage.
I tell you what, you almost had it. And I mean, I think you were pushing Jason Day, so there's where you got your damage. Everything was checking up.
Yeah.
Boom, right there in the back of Jason Day. Good boogly woogly. Man,
that was hairy because I was wanting to push Jason. Great racer, a lot of respect for him. I know right before his restart, I was 13th, but leading the lead pack. Caution comes out. I was able to restart 7th. Didn't think I had a shot, so I was going to push Jason. Then that checkup happened, and I knew the 77 was right on me. So if I lifted, I get spun. And then I don't know if Jason just checked up more than I expected, but I know he ran out of gas, so it could have been a combination of the two. But yeah, that was a hard lick and very unfortunate.
Yeah, he took enough gas to make it to the end, I think, and might have been able to do so had he not had to burp the throttle. Because of what was going on around you. That was crazy to watch because, I mean, we all know that this racetrack, that red line is synonymous of the yellow line at super speedways or double white line, depending on which racetrack. And it's crazy to see, that the racing was as good as it was, but as we've come to know, this racetrack can take out a lot of drivers very quickly. I mean, we had 7 drivers on the lead lap. 9 drivers on the lead lap. That's out of 25, 26 that started the race. There was it took out a lot of drivers very quickly, and even with a fast repair, it was nuts.
Well, I think the new tire model caught a lot of us by surprise.
Yeah.
I know when I was leading the race early on, I think it was around lap 35, I just got the slightest bit loose coming out of 4, which pushed me out. Then I got swallowed up. I did not expect the car, even in clean air, to be as loose as it was. So I'm sure a lot of other people were surprised by that, which caused more checkups because you're letting off going into the entry of 1 and 3. But yeah, it made for a interesting race, that's for sure.
The best part about that is that happened to Crownover too. I mean, he was the cause of caution. So
yeah,
like that, and I mean, you just never know. I mean, the track temperatures change, the style of racing changes, and I mean, this has been the official race all week long too. So a lot of people have been able to get out there and get some practice in. This is the style of racing that fames drivers and also humbles them at the same time, because as much as I like super speedways, the racing here was very good tonight. Like I'm thoroughly impressed. We had green flag pit stops. We had drivers contending. I mean, when it came to lead changes and everything that was happening with that, it was an amazing thing to see. We had consistency. We had a lot of things happening. You had a great run to keep yourself on the lead lap. And if Clint Hackett pushes you the entire way around that racetrack, he wins the race. I almost guarantee it. 19 lead changes tonight. And I almost guarantee if he commits to your back bumper, I think it was just a lot of drivers trying to search there with 2 to go before the caution came out. I mean, regardless, what a race. I mean,
yeah. When we got on those final few laps, I'm like, whoever's attached to my bumper is going to win. I didn't expect another caution. It was going to just lick my wounds, P13, and then I just saw chaos happen behind me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take it, but I was kind of shocked to see that.
But hey, to keep yourself on the lead lap and to do that, I know Crownover was trying to work his way back up there as well. I mean, there was a lot going on in that specific instance, but nonetheless, still great racing. I know that Shane out there in Australia, he was like, hey, driver 14 is the driver of the night, which we like seeing chat be able to root on drivers and, of course, give their opinion. I have to give it to Jerry, because Jerry was a lap down for the majority of the race or more. And he finished the 6th of 18 spots, a hard charger reward as well. So like there was a lot that went wrong for Jerry, and he really like muscled through it, and as much frustration as he could probably have. That would be my driver of the night, even though you finished second and you controlled it. Started on pole though, so that's even better. Led some laps, got some time out there. And you were a fast car. So like I expect high expectations meets high reward.
I appreciate that. And I was happy to start on pole because track position is so crucial here. But my driver of the night was Anthony Crownover. For whatever reason, after the stage, I didn't have as much fuel as the rest of the field. He was willing to pit with me. That hurt us because of the caution. We were both a lap down, but I mean, in the end, we're 1-2. So big congrats to him for sticking with me. And I was going to push him as much as I could with the damage and just leave myself a little bit of a break for a shot, but congrats to him again.
Yeah. I mean, it's a shot. You got to take a shot. I mean, you cannot not take a shot. So,
yeah.
I mean, that's just, I mean, but if I tell you what, if Caffrey was closer to your bumper, it almost would have behooved you to move to the outside, because Caffrey would have had that run. But I saw what was happening on the inside. And kind of saw how that opened up right there. I think Crownover was looking for the block on the outside just in case. Well-timed block too. So I mean, like, he did everything right, and you did everything right, and what a rebound, man! Congratulations, man! Give you shout outs, brother. You got a P2 tonight, and and I forgot to turn the drive cam back on to you just a moment ago. I spent a lot of time on Church's face today, and like the button.
Well, I actually had my heart rate working this time.
I saw it. We saw it. We did see it, and it was a lot higher this time.
Oh yeah, it's high intense racing. But for shout outs, I got a Troutman Auto Care for sponsor me, and Coronado Cole. thank you guys so much for allowing me to do what I do every Friday. I have such a blast. Shout out to my Bull Creek Racing teammate, Jeremy Bailey. I know he hasn't been here past few weeks. He's had some things going on, and unfortunately he's under the weather tonight. So speedy recovery to you, my friend, and to everybody in the league. Such great racing. This is probably the best league that I've definitely been a part of, but all the leagues that I watch on YouTube, this by far is one of the most competitive and most fun. So shout out to all you guys. Merry Christmas to everyone. Merry Christmas to you, Jason, and your family, and hope to see everyone next Friday.
Oh, did you hear what I said about you last week when it wasn't working?
I heard you say that I was in trouble and hope that I'm okay or something like that.
Yeah, I was like, hey, Chris Justice is dead.
Yeah.
I was like, his heart's not working.
I think somebody from chat came over and was like, somebody from chat came over and told me in my Twitch chat, and I'm in VR. I'm like, well, it's going to read 0 all race. I can't do nothing about it now.
But like, is Chris okay? Somebody check on Chris. He's dead. He's dead. No.
I'm going to have to go back and see how high it went tonight.
Oh, it went high. It went high it went high. I mean, when I saw 139 just in the middle, it just out front, I was like, oh, that's high. So you definitely have to check. Yeah. And you're out front, so you have less to worry about. So like when you're in the middle of the pack, even on the inside having to eat the run, the checkups are they're so defined on this one, and in comparison to the other super speedways. I mean, you think about how much time you think you have to slow down, and you decrease that by about tenfold, and that's how you guys were having to deal with it. So it was crazy, man.
Absolutely,
Chris, brother. Much love, brother. I'll see you at Bristol, and Merry Christmas to you as well.
All right, Merry Christmas, guys.
That's Chris Justice, P2 tonight, as we'll throw him down there. And last but not least, we get to talk to the fanciest Australian that I know. What's up, Mike?
What's going on, Jason?
Brother, P3. Yeah, I saw you like a couple of days ago. Shush. Nice job, man.
Yeah, thanks. Tough race. You need a little bit of luck at these super speedways as well,
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot going on. What happened? I have to ask. Well, I have to ask. I had to extend the caution. You had an issue. Your brother couldn't get slowed down. There was a lot going on. I was like, what in the world is going on? I was worried about you for a moment there.
Yeah, that near coming up towards the end there, the race got extended. Something happened. The race got extended. I was in first getting ready for the launch, the green flag to drop, and when the race got extended, I just sort of relaxed. I should have dropped it to second. I didn't. I just let the clutch out, and it locked up the rear wheels and sent me sideways. But no damage. Just got back up to the pack, and so just a bit fortunate that I didn't take anything from that. But it was a pretty tough race for me as well. I had a few little scuffs and bruises from back in the pack there, copped a few hits from the sides, but nothing to stop me. But it was just good staying up there. But great race anyway.
This was I liked the race. I thought it was a great race. I'm not a fan of this racetrack, and you guys did a great job. We had green flag pit stops. We had consistency racing. We had people working together. We had people riding. I mean, we talk about the Strickland homage, right? It started with Jerry Culver and ends with Michael Strickland, right? You got to eat the run sometimes, and we saw that a lot tonight. Then we saw, people that you kind of knew who was going to work together and kind of who was trying to work together, and you did a great job of getting there, and finding yourself in the right regard. I was looking at this run that you had, coming around to the checkered here. And man, if you could have been there, I know that Cam was there, but if you could have been there, man, that was an opportunity on the win.
I know. I tried. I tried. We were 3 wide there. We had a little bit of contact on the door, just a bit of a rub. But I probably backed it off slightly. I didn't want to cause a big wreck going into that last lap, but that probably just cost cost any chance of the W, but still stayed in it and come through with the P3. So still happy with that. Great job from Crownover. He stayed in there. And Justice, he was pretty much nearly a lap down, riding at the back of the pack there, fighting to stay on that lead lap. So yeah, he did as well to come back around. I just would have loved to have worked with Dave Steiner and helped him get that, like a top 3 there. He was in there with Nate. But that was tough work on that outside line. They went up there, but I would have liked to have followed him and Nate onto that outside line when they were going to go around Justice. But I just had, I had Crown over on the outside there, so I just had to stick to that inside line, which was probably the line that was working a little better.
Yeah. I mean, the inside line was the dominant line, unless you could develop a run to make one quick pass and then you had to duck back in. And, I saw a lot of that tonight. Brian Fine was really good at it. I know Nate was doing it for a little while there as well. But man, oh man, I know David was coming around turn 2 and then ducked below the red line, which is a no with 2 to go. And I tell you what, I was fearful for him because I was like, oh no. When I saw it, I was like, good Lord, that is a massive wreck. And I know he had been up there inside the top 5 all night. I feel terrible about the situation, but at the same time, man, these dang old NASCAR things happen, and you go,
Yeah, Dave did look. He was up there right at the front most of the night. He did. That's one of those rules that he said other people overtook him during the race, but I guess it's policed a lot harder towards the end of the race, and that's where that came in. And he just it is what it is. You learn some of those lessons the hard way. But a great drive from Dave. He finished 13th after that, but he was. I thought he was going to be in there for at least a top 5 anyway. But sometimes you just hard luck story, and you come back next week.
I hate it for him because I know that he was there. He was there to run the race. I was shocked because I had spent a lot of time watching this race all night long, and if somebody overtakes below that line, I mean, you got to give that position back up. Hopefully that was policed enough to be able to do so. But I mean, that whole situation brings a caution out, and especially if you're doing it on the leader, that's poor Clint. Like Clint, great job. I'm going to give that to him, but I'm going to say great job to you too, because you really did put yourself in the right contention, the right places when you needed to. Even being, when the race kind of seemed like it was like, oh man, I'm like not there yet. You put yourself in the right spot. You did a phenomenal job.
Yeah, I was pacing it a bit. I didn't want to be up the front too early and trying to just stay out of trouble. That was the sort of goal. That's why I sort of dropped off from the front right at the start, and just stay that mid pack area. And we were building up to it, but good race anyway. I had fun. A few bumps and bruises on the way, but I got to the end, and that's I'll take 2 P3s week after week. P1's what I want.
Yes, sir. I mean, anytime, any day of the week, sir. Any day.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Any day, any day I get to talk to somebody from tomorrow. Yeah. I'm good.
Yes. Anyway, we got the what is it next week? It's Bristol.
Bristol. We got Bristol next week here. We have the Truck Series Championship next Tuesday. It's going to be a good race. We've got a lot of stuff. We have of course, the Xfinity Series tomorrow, Xfinity Series next Saturday as well. We're getting on it. We got a lot going on.
Great to get up to the booth and chat to you again. Anyway, Jason, always love being up here.
Yeah. Mike, give you shout outs, brother.
First and foremost, to yourself, Jason, and Signature Esports, Chopp'N Up podcast and media, Stay Tuned Sports podcast, admin box, and also John and Striker for running the league and all the work they do behind the scenes with all the admins as well. Great race from everyone. Crown over for that P1 and Justice for the P2, and a shout out to my teammates, Dominate Racing Team, Harlock Dave. But man, he was in there. He had his nose in there a few times, and Phil Caffrey had a Anyway, thanks, Jason. Always great being up here having a chat to you.
Always. I wanted to see the Caffrey, the Steiner, and the Caffrey 1, 2, 3. That's what I want to see. That's where it's at.
One day, we'll try.
I want to see it.
Thanks very much.
And if not, then whenever I throw up endurance races, and you can whoop the hell out of us then. Okay.
Thank you, Jason.
You too. That's Michael Caffrey. Merry Christmas to you, sir.
Yeah, you too, Jason. Have a Merry Christmas.
That is Mr. Caffrey. The one Caffrey of two Caffreys that I know. We love him. 77 comes on P3. I'm not knocking anybody. I think everybody did a great job. I was curious of what happened at the end of that race, and I got my answers, so now I know. And if people were making passes on that below that red line, putting the tires below that red line to make passes, I mean, come on now. If you want people to race you fairly, that's kind of what happens. So, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I wasn't trying to give Jeff a hard time there. I was just trying to see what he was doing. He did a phenomenal job. Everybody did a phenomenal job. This was a good race. I'm not a fan of Echo Park, and because I like old Atlanta better. But I was a fan of this race tonight. The drivers did a great job. I thought Nate and Brandon Banks were going to work together to get up there. Jason Day was in a good spot. He ran out of fuel, and that kind of sucks. Didn't see that happening, but those are the ways of the metric, right? Part of racing is being able to watch and from the outside kind of just give yourself the story, kind of give yourself that expectation, kind of give yourself that the idea of kind of what we've got, right? And I enjoy it. I enjoy the racing. I enjoy what the drivers do. I enjoy the leagues. I enjoy racing. I enjoy all types of racing. And the best part about being able to look at all of this is knowing that when I'm here to how do I put this right? I'm looking. I'm typing. Sorry, I gotta type something real quick. I'm looking. Sorry. I gotta look up something. I'm being asked a question and I have to look it up. Okay, so what was I gonna say? Now things get tightened up, things get working, and this has been it's been a great series, and this race was really, really, really good. Atlanta is a great track, and I love the banking. I love the idea. I wonder if higher horsepower is going to change if they add a little bit of horsepower to the car, or if they're going to keep it as a smaller super speedway package. There are so many different stories to tell when it comes to this racing. So many different forces of nature when it comes to what these drivers go through just to be able to get out here and race. And it's amazing. It is an absolute amazing time to look at this and just know that everybody's killing it. They really are. They're really doing a great job. Chop Shop in their growth and from their infancy to what they are now, Chop Shop has really been the they really continue to be just great people. You know, I enjoy it. It's going to be a blast. I like the swing of the points. I like the swing of what these guys are doing. And no matter how the point system goes forward, it's going to be net points. And no matter how the points stack up going forward with the next two races, it's going to be fun to watch. Bristol's an amazing racetrack. These drivers do a good job there. We'll see cautions. It's going to happen. It's Bristol. Phoenix is a great racetrack. They get into the playoffs, and it's just racetracks that settle in. Regular season championships on the mark. And Nathan's got a huge lead in playoff points, so that's really going to be the part that stacks up. And I'm kind of interested in seeing it. But like tomorrow is going to be a ton of fun. I like the Xfinity series. Those guys put on a good show. Hopefully the session doesn't give me fits like I saw. And I mean, things were good all week long when it comes to broadcasts. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. We are down to one PC right now, so just so everybody knows. We were on a 2 PC setup, but the old gaming PC is getting a breather, and it's going to get some at some point very soon. It's going to get some upgrades. But yeah. That exhausted me. I went through an emotional roller coaster because these guys were up and down, up and down, up and down. The wrecks were big, like really big. And it was fun. Fun to watch. So, well, that's just going to do it from Echo Park Speedway. It's such a reprofiled track. It really is. It delivered exactly what we expect. Pack racing, big runs, zero room to breathe, especially when it comes to Chris Justice's heart rate. We saw drivers on the edge all night long, living and dying by lane choice. And it really was about who was willing to push them when it mattered. I think so. Still top of the standings. It should be Stryker. He does come in wearing a target every week as the points leader. Nate wants to take those points away from him. So we'll see how the points stack up after they do the adjustments, if there's any issues. Behind him, there are guys like Chris Justice, Brandon Banks, Brian Finder just keep stacking to these solid finishes and stage points. Especially Crownover. Crownover needed a good night and finally got a sweep of a race, and it's awesome. It's awesome to see. This is turning into a season where every single position is going to matter, especially when it comes to that regular season championship. Don't sleep on the grinders. Jason Day, Tony Sanders, Caffrey, Crownover, of course, who is our winner tonight. Pat Green. Nights like this at a super speedway can swing momentum in a hurry. Some leave Atlanta feeling like they stole one. Others are circling a state on the counter going, that's the one I got. So that'll be tomorrow. That'll be next Friday too at Bristol. There's no time to dwell on it because next week it is Bristol. Short track tempers and long memories. They have absolutely nowhere to hide. I promise. If Atlanta was about friends and drafting partners, Bristol is about elbows out, the chrome horn, and settling scores under the lights. For everyone here at Chop Racing, the Chopp'N Up Cup Series, my name is Jason here with Signature Esports. Thank you for hanging with us tonight. We'll see you next week at Bristol. Bring your helmets, your heart, and maybe a little bit of patience. They're going to need all three. Good night. Be good. Be safe. Be kind to one another. We'll see you soon. Budgie, thank you very much. Thank you, of course, to Stay Tuned Sports, Chopp'N It Up podcast, and all the fine folks out there that put in the time, hard energy into racing. The drivers did a phenomenal job. I had some people out there that I had circled as ringers for tonight. And Mark Retchen finished 7th. He was one of the drivers I did. My driver of the night again is Jerry Culver. 18 spots gained, rebound his night. He had to be patient. He had to miss a lot. Phenomenal job. So he'd be my driver of the night. Chris Justice did a great job controlling the race line. He would be right up there as well. Crownover, fantastic rebound as well. But outside of that, Stryker needs, I don't know what was going on. Hopefully he's good. Hopefully it's not a PC issue or anything like that. Massive day. We'll see you soon, folks. Bye-bye.